Captioning for this program is brought to you by...
I think I'll go with the preferred package.
Good choice.
Only Meineke lets you choose the brake service that's right for you and save 50% on pads and shoes. Meineke.
What heals me? Girls' night out. And for damage from acid reflux disease, my Nexium.
For many, one prescription Nexium pill a day can heal damage to the esophagus that acid reflux disease may cause over time. And Nexium can provide 24-hour heartburn relief.
Headache, diarrhea, and abdominal pain are possible side effects of Nexium, and other serious stomach conditions may still exist.
Ask your doctor about the healing purple pill. Learn how you can save online. If you can't afford your medication, AstraZeneca may be able to help.
I'm a fireman. I'm gone sometimes 2 to 4 weeks at a time on fires. Being prepared is the #1 thing you need to do. My farmer's agent, her name is Maureen Martinez. She's awesome.
We had a discussion about what he wanted to protect. That kind of helps me to build a comprehensive insurance package around them.
Everything else is just replaceable. This isn't.
Are you this ready? Get to know a farmer's agent today. Find yours at farmers.com because ready feels good.
Getting the facts, getting the truth, getting to the bottom of it all. No one works harder. That's why nothing gets by Greta. Turn to the show you know to trust. Watch On the Record with Greta Van Susteren. Only on Fox. Be here.
Well, the Obama administration is trying to shift immigration policy towards focusing on employers who hire illegals, while at the same time moving away from those high-profile raids that resulted in thousands of worker arrests during the Bush years. It's time now for a fair and balanced debate. We're joined by Michael Cutler, a fellow at the Center for Immigration Studies, and Francisco Hernandez, an immigration attorney. Gentlemen, thanks so much for being here.
Thanks for having us. Hi,
good
Francisco.
morning.
Good morning.
Okay, so Michael...
Hi, Mr. Cutler. How are you?
Let me begin with you. The strategy to shift away from the workers and more to the employers who hire them, that sounds more manageable, doesn't it?
Well, it might sound more manageable, but again, it's all about creating the illusion that they're trying to finally deal with illegal immigration. I don't think they really are.
Why?
Well, first of all, they don't have enough special agents, even if you were just going after the employers. But the problem is that the relationship between the employers and the illegal aliens is really comparable to the relationship between the prostitutes and the Johns. You need to go after both sides of the equation, and just going after one side doesn't discourage illegal aliens from running our borders.
But if you dry up the demand, Francisco, wouldn't that help solve part of the problem?
Well, and we have to remember that illegal immigration is an economic issue, not a political issue. The reason that illegal immigration is down in the United States is because folks are going back because we're losing jobs in the United States. It's not because enforcement. And if Mr. Cutler is correct, and I believe he is, we don't have enough agents to enforce against every employer, much less to do both at the same time. It just doesn't make sense.
Okay, so
we do need to shift the priorities.
So what about this? One of the priorities that the president is now thinking of is just going after those illegal immigrants with criminal records, those who commit crimes here. Again, that stands to reason.
Well, fine, and I think you need to do law enforcement as a triage and do that, but nevertheless, you need to be able to weed out the illegals in our society, because when you have a lot of illegal aliens, businesses spring up in support of that illegal population that become involved in crime.
Such
identity
as?
Theft, houses of prostitution to cater to these single men that come across the border without their families. It leads to, the slavery issue and human trafficking issues, and no one ever even addresses the issue of fraud. Now, just to give you a quick example of why I say this is about creating illusions, if you really want to discourage illegal immigration, why would you provide health care for millions of illegal aliens at the same time that you're claiming that you really want to go after the issue? They're speaking out of both sides of their mouth, trying to be in both places, and you can't do that.
But we're not providing health care to undocumented aliens. Absolutely, we're not.
The health care
Mr. Cutler makes a very good point. Mr. Cutler makes a very good point. We have to give these folks, the ones that are here to build us, a reason to come out of the shadows. Let's just give them a work permit. We don't have to give amnesty or citizenship or anything like that. Let's just divide them and then give a work permit for the jobs that do exist and for the labor force that is there available. And have them come out, identify themselves, so we can also give them driver's license so they can buy insurance for when they're driving, and they hit me, they can pay for my car.
No, that doesn't make any sense. Because
bring them out of the shadows.
First of all, well, out of the shadows doesn't work. First of all, we don't know what their true names are, so what name would you put on the driver's licenses, all these documents? These are folks that have been using false identities. I let you speak. Let me speak. They're using false identities across the board. This is why identity theft is now the fastest growing white-collar crime in America. What needs to be understood is that if you're here in violation of law, that you shouldn't be entitled to then remain here and do the things that you came to do in the first place. And by the way, lots of the gangbangers during the day work in supermarkets, they do landscaping and take the other jobs, and then at night they engage in the gang activities. We've really got to be able to clear this mess up.
Go ahead, Francisco.
And most of those are U.S. citizens. I mean, criminals are criminals. They may have jobs. It has nothing to do with their citizenship.
Okay, guys, on that note, I have to leave it there. This debate obviously will continue. Thanks so much for coming in, Michael
Thanks
Cutler,
for having us.
Francisco Hernandez.
Thank you, Mr. Cutler.
Have a good day.
All right, also, we have breaking details for you on a big news story this morning, and that is that the missing Gulf War pilot, Captain Scott Spiker's remains have been found after nearly 20 years. We'll tell you what led to the discovery next. And a national campaign against drunk drivers is picking up speed, but should first-time offenders be forced to put DUI locks on their vehicles? We have a fair and balanced debate about that next. Nicely done. Thank you. That was great.
Sunday, did the Blue Dogs bark mean a big bite into the Dems' health care plan costs? Congressman Mike Pence on the fate of the bill. Watch an exclusive Fox News Sunday.
Come on, girls with limp, lifeless hair? Our expert stylist recommends Full and Thick from Pantene. It just got the Good Housekeeping seal. You want to know why? The Full